GM. Hi, Sayush.
Um,
Welcome to the Builder stage. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you? Thanks for inviting us, Lena. Excited to be here and excited to launch on Celo as well. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Congratulations. Today is a big day. We're celebrating Noah AI on Celo. If you haven't
Mhm.
seen the announcement, make sure to check it out. And yeah, to celebrate this, we are also announcing the track, the Noah AI track for proof of ship. And yeah, maybe before I share a bit about proof of ship, do you want to give a very quick intro? What is Noah AI and why did you start building it?
For sure. Sparsh, you want to take the lead?
Sure. So yeah, guys, Noah AI is basically a AI powered no code tool, kind of similar to Lovable, but it lets you build complete blockchain applications. The problem with Lovable is that it's only able to build front end part, or now they've added back end integration, but they can't build anything on blockchain, right? And what Noah does is it actually lets you build the front end part of it, right, like the web app, and then you can build really good production grade smart contracts, and it writes those smart contracts with test cases so that you could actually verify if the smart contracts works properly before you actually deploy them. And then you can also generate audit report for the smart contracts to verify if there are any security vulnerabilities. And then later on you could actually just integrate the front end with the deployed smart contract with just prompts. So everything happens with prompt. You don't have to download or install anything, or you don't have to learn any coding language. Everything happens from the front end web app. And you also asked like why we started working on Noah. The reason for that was in, I would say, 2024 when we launched our account abstraction SDK. So we started with this thing called account abstraction. We were the first app to use account abstraction technology, and that was in 2021, a year before Vitalik published his white paper. And I would say no one actually cared about us back then until Vitalik published his white paper. Then when he said, okay, this is the way you could onboard a billion users to Web3, that's when everyone noticed Plena. And that's when we got traction, and Consensus and Cointelegraph started backing us. So we launched this mobile application as well, where it solved all the major problems of, let's say, the users not having to hold, let's say, the blockchain's native token to pay for the transaction fees, recoverable private keys or accounts, and also transaction batching. Then later on, what we did was we launched our own account abstraction SDK. And when we were partnering up with different dApps, right? So we saw that although it was super easy to integrate, like even the interns were able to integrate it in an hour or two, we saw that a lot of these chains were taking months to integrate that solution, right, into their application. And obviously, they wanted to integrate it because they wanted to improve the user experience of their applications. When we spoke to them, they told us that the reason they're not able to integrate that account abstraction SDK is that they don't have any developers, right? And we started talking to a lot, like all of our partners, and this was the most common issue that we found. And we did some research as well, and we found out that there are very few developers in the space, right? I think it's less than 20,000 developers, and that's why building on chain is pretty expensive, right? In comparison to, let's say, if you want to build, let's say, a web 2 application, anyone on Upwork would charge you, let's say, maybe hundreds of dollars. But if you want to build something on chain, it will go up to thousands of dollars. And even we tried building something, and although we have developers, but we were trying it out, and they, like, someone on Upwork was charging us $25,000, right? So it was insane. And so yeah, we started working on this tech which could help users build on-chain products, right? Earlier, the I would say the product was that you could actually only build smart contracts. But when we started working on it, we actually figured out that we could make it so easy that even non-developers could use it, right? So we actually started working on this portion of, let's say, this part of the product where you could build the front end applications with prompts, which are, I would say, kind of similar to what you are able to build on Lovable. And then you're able to link it with the smart contract.
I have a question. You're saying it's like you're emphasizing this is for non-technical people, and I think this is very important, right? Like, I mean, and that now is vibe coding. I think we have so we have always have so many entrepreneurs who have crazy ideas, and exactly as you say, it's too expensive to always work through them, iterate on them, and see if they actually work. And now is like a lot of the toolings that we have, we can test it, but the Web3 part was still missing. Would you say a non-technical person like Sayush or a technical person like you would be better in using Noah AI? And like,
I hate to admit it, but Sage is actually better. So we were trying to build something a while ago. I think it was last to last week, and Sage was building much better applications than me. And because he was better at prompting, right? So he also has a bit of like knowledge about like how the blockchains work, and not exactly the technical part of it, right? Or I would say not as a developer, but he actually has been in the space for so many years, so he knows what he wants to build and what type of products he wants to build, right? So I think he was able to give much better prompts to the UI and sorry to Noah, and he was able to build much better applications. And I think it's a perfect tool as well, like you said, right? So there are so many tools out there, and let's say if you want to try to build out something as well, right? Uh, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars. You could actually use these tools. I'm not specifically talking about Noah, but yeah, there are other tools like Lovable as well. But yeah, like if you're in the Web3 space, you can actually go with Noah to build something.
I mean, I love it because I get a lot of submissions and they are vibe coded, but the Web3 part just doesn't work. And I'm like, how am I supposed to judge that, right? So, yeah, I am very excited to see what people will be building with this. I think we will chat a lot more during the live demo. I just want to like introduce proof of ship to everybody who is new to the Celo ecosystem, to the Celo builder ecosystem. So let me just quickly share this. So proof of ship is a monthly builder contest that we are running on Celo. We are trying to solve the issue of hackathons with that, where people just build something and then throw it away, and there's no sustainable building and growth for the builders. So yeah, very excited. We're already in our 9th round, and we're very excited to partnering with Plena. So far, we focus a lot. We have a lot of developers in our ecosystem because, and now we're also very looking forward to onboarding a lot of, non-technical people who have amazing ideas. So very excited. Even if you don't have any idea about coding, now is the chance to join and test out your ideas. I also see we have so many people joining from all different regions. We have Blessing from Nigeria and Abdullahi from Nigeria, Rika from who's also in Lisbon like me, from Brazil, and we also have Natasha from Switzerland. So like Brisa from Uganda. We have a lot of people from everywhere. So very, very excited to see all of the different solutions that people will build. Just to share, Plena is offering $2,000 worth in credit. So everybody who is signing up can fill out a form, and then we will whitelist you to test and use Plena Noah AI. And then we also have 3K in prices, which is for the top 3 projects. The 3K will be divided. You can find more information on the Notion page and also in the tweet. And yeah, just to mention, we also have a partnership with Celo for identity. We have ThirdWeb. We still have credits. ThirdWeb is already live or will be live very soon in Noah AI. So if you're using ThirdWeb, we also still have some credits for you for building with Noah AI. And make sure to sign up to Proof of Ship 9 if you haven't. Just scan the QR code. And that's already all of the information. You can build till end of October. I believe it's the 27th or 26th. So you still have more than 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks to build out an amazing application. But probably with Noah AI, you just need a day. But we'll learn about that more now. So let me stop sharing that and give you the stage splash. Let me remove this and add your screen.
Cool, perfect. So guys, I think what we can do is we can make an application, right? A complete application. So we'll start with the front end application first, and then we'll build a smart contract, deploy it, and then we'll link it with the front end application that we've built. So I'll just select Celo and web app. So we could actually go with DAO voting app, right? Build a DAO voting.
Also, another for like all people who are watching. So, like, if you guys have an idea and if you want to really enhance the prompt and make it more detailed, you can actually go on ChatGPT or any other LLM itself and tell it to make it a little bit more concise and more detailed itself. But in the coming days, what we're working on is even if you put out a line, there'll be a button which says enhance the prompt itself, and Noah would do it for you. So it's even better for lazy people like me who don't want to switch over.
um, I think that's a really great input. We in another workshop we also went through there's a prompt engineering agent in ChatGPT that you can use, and soon you don't even have to switch. But always remember to improve your prompts to save credits, so you can really use the credits not for the stupid things and because your prompt was not good enough. And don't waste your credits on fighting with the AI when you should just improve your prompt.
I actually learned this the hard way when Serge was building much better applications than me, right? So he told me what he was doing was he was going to ChatGPT and sharing the prompt with ChatGPT, telling it exactly what he should build, right? And then I think once you have a complete, I would say the exact details of what you want in the product, right? It could actually create a prompt for you, and then you can use it on NoAI or any other tool to actually build the same application. You don't have to share any technical details. I think the I would say it could actually tell exactly like what you need in the, let's say, pop up or what the design should look like and every other thing. And I think the best part is like you don't have to use ChatGPT or like Grok. You can actually use any free tool available. I think even DeepSeek, and it would work the same way.
Yeah, no, it's probably the best advice because we have the credits to use Noah AI, but you want to use them to make use of the functionalities of Noah AI and not to help you improve your prompt. Like that would be a waste of the credits. So yeah. Okay. We have people from everywhere, also from Brazil and Malaysia. Amazing. But yeah, I think
I have a quick question, Lena.
Yeah.
Like, have you tested any vibe coded projects or like products before, or have you? I know you're a developer yourself, and like I wanted to know your thoughts on vibe coding itself.
I think that just like everybody else, I made the experience when testing out different web coding tools. You start off strong with a very strong prompt,
Mhm.
and then most of them they reach the limit in like how you can customize the front end. I think especially when it comes to Web3 implementations, there's a lot of hallucination going on. Like you need to provide a lot of context, I would say.
Yep.
It's really helpful. So I prefer to use MCP server in my IDE for the Web3 part. So far until now.
So it did build the UI. I think we can actually change a lot of things, but yeah, I think the UI is pretty basic. But yeah, I think you could actually. So there's really cool feature as well. So we've added this feature. Let's say if you're not a developer, right? You could use this feature which is click to edit, and you can just click on it and ask it to change that. You could actually click on anything on the UI, right? And it would actually do the same. So you could actually change this, or like the whole div. And let's say if you want to change this bar or card, you could actually change that. And but yeah, let's just to show you, I would just change this. So you don't have to find a particular dev, or I would say segment in the code to actually change that to DAO voting.
I think what we can also speak about is like, let's say if people do not have like the design background as such, or like they like some kind of a website on Framer or like any kind of template, what they can do is they can take a screenshot of any template or any website that they like, and add the attach the file to Nova itself and ask it to build something similar. So that's another really cool feature.
Yeah,
Would it?
you can actually go here and use an image. I don't have any good template as of now, so you could actually go to like said right, Webflow Framer, whichever you like. You could just use that.
And so Noah AI is because I know from like another tool I use, I don't remember which one, I put a screenshot and it didn't fully analyze it, and I had to put it in a different agent to get like the full design description and then add that into the design, into the vibe coding tool. Noah AI, it works just with a screenshot and it gets the design and then you can add that. Okay,
Yep.
amazing. That's very cool. We got a question. I will just quickly answer some questions. Is Noah AI open source?
So not open source. The LLM that we've created or just fine tuned the LLM, right? So that's not open source, but yeah, like the app is free to use as well. So you could actually use that to build something, and if you like it, you could actually go for the paid plan as well. And there's this really cool feature as well for I think all the developers. So a lot of times, what a lot of developers want is like they want to change a let's say some logic in the code, right? They could select a few lines of code and then just add it here, and it will just edit the code for you, that particular code for you, or that particular section for you. So it works kind of similar to, I would say, cursor in that way. So because you're able to edit those lines, I would say a few lines of code,
Oh, that's
and even the
amazing.
whole file as well.
Nice.
So I think we're done with the web app. What we'll do is we'll just create a smart contract now. So let's just create a same one. So because we could then link the smart contract with the front end application. So smart contract.
And yeah, just for the proof of ship question, you can the requirement is to build the app with Noah AI and also do a Twitter post about that. And the requirements for the submission are more extensively described in the Notion page, so make sure to read that carefully. And yes, you can submit several apps for proof of ship if you want to build several things. There's only a certain amount of free credits that we give out per user to get started with Noah AI. So how many apps you can build with the credits, or you can just also like create a subscription. And yeah, as we mentioned, you can use other agent AI models to enhance your prompts and switch, but the idea is to build and deploy that app using Noah AI. And then obviously you can use other agents to enhance and improve. Yeah. And somebody asked if they can use an existing smart contract and use Noah AI only for front end. I would suggest you use Noah AI also for the back end, because I've seen so many people submit a smart contract and no tests and no auditing for that. So even if you have your smart contract, you might profit from using Noah AI. Okay, what's happening now? I feel like I answered a lot of questions from the chat, so let's get back to the demo.
Yeah. So I just asked it to create a smart contract that lets anyone who has, let's say, more than 0.005 Celo to actually create and vote on proposals. So I don't have any tokens on Celo as of now. So I just used the native token. But yeah, I think it created the smart contract, now the test cases as well. So we'll just see if it compiles, then it also wrote the test cases. So we'll see how many of them passes. If the test cases pass, we could actually deploy them, and we can also generate an audit report. I'll show you how that works.
Do you
Cool.
sponsor the gas fees for deploying the smart contract, or do I have to have Celo to deploy the smart contract?
So you need to have Celo to actually deploy that. So, but you could actually go to Celo Faucet. I think the best, yeah, and I think I would like to talk about this as well. So the best practice is to just build something on testnet or devnet first, right? And then actually launch it on mainnet, because you need to make sure that everything works properly. Or even if you're launching something on mainnet, you need to like share it with a, I would say, close group of users, so to test out the product. And I think every product in the space follows the same thing, right? This whole strategy, every chain as well, they go on testnet first and then they go on mainnet. And the reason for that is you need to make sure that everything is working properly and there are no security vulnerabilities, right? Even if you get, let's say, get your smart contracts audited by top firms, we still see that the smart contracts gets hacked, right? So you could actually, if you don't have funds, you could actually just do a bug bounty program or do something else, something similar. And once you've raised some funds, you could actually go to a really good audit firm and then get the contracts audited. I'm not sure about the name of the audit firm, but yeah, there's one audit firm that like audits the smart contract first by themselves, then they share it, I would say, in a close group of different developers, and kind of like they host their own bug bounty program, and then they test your smart contract. Like all of those developers basically test your smart contracts for those vulnerabilities. And I think, yeah, so just start with DevNet, then actually do a bug bounty program, then go on mainnet.
Or you could go through us, and you'd get a discount code with our auditing firms. You can, I think once Sparsh shows that, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I think it had some errors. I'm not sure if it was in test cases or the Solana, the Solidity program, but it will just figure it out and fix that. Like if there are any changes required in the smart contract, it will do it, or it will just change the test file.
Yeah, so I love this feature of like fix with AI button, because all the code that's been generated is alien for me. So I love how I can just click with the button and just fix everything.
Yeah, because it can be so overwhelming, no?
Yep, yep.
You don't know how to code, and then there's like so many error messages. Yeah.
Even for
Right.
developers, I think writing test cases used to be a nightmare, right? So I think I
I
think
feel like also because you feel like it's not urgent, you would always put it as like the last ticket. If you don't have a senior dev or like a manager who's like, hand me in those test cases, like you're not gonna do it, right? It's very
yeah,
hard to like manage yourself to write tests. That's my
yeah.
personal experience. So, and I've already told everybody like you need to write tests. Use AI. But now it's like no AI. I think it's so simple and easy, and it's super helpful. And
So it's just going through few fixes, right?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
okay, so right now we're writing the smart contract in the tests, but we didn't connect the smart contract to the front end yet, right?
Yes.
That's going to be the next step that we're going to do, right?
Yes.
So, okay.
So quick question from you guys. So let's say if I want to build something out like this, how long would it take you guys to build the smart contract for this particular
For, you mean
governance system?
governance?
Yes.
I think we would look at we will research some templates, because you don't want to write your own smart contracts, because that's never like super safe.
Mm-hmm.
Your own. And then you would look at templates, you would find that you would already have tried to like, what you need to first do is like build out your architecture, understand your front end to understand what functionalities you need in your smart contract. And then you would like step by step add those functionalities in the smart contract and then test it. I'm not sure. It definitely takes more time than this.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, it used to take, I think, a few days to just write the smart contract, right? Then I think writing the test cases used to be a nightmare. So, like Lena said, right? So I used to delay that as well, right? Until someone actually asks for test cases. It used to be super boring. But yeah, I think it actually writes that. It only failed, I think, 3 test cases, and I think it's because of one RPC issue as well that we were encountering on Celo DevNet. But I think that will be fixed. It's currently able to create proposals, right? So I think we could actually deploy it. So I'll show you how you can deploy it as well. But yeah, you can just click on fix with AI and it will fix the errors. Cool. So you don't have to do anything now. Like once it's deployed, we save the smart contract addresses. So everything is stored in the database. What we could do is we could now just go to the web app, and you could go to settings, contract integration. We can see the smart contract that we deployed here with this address, and we just need to click on integrate. I'll just use a prompt that integrate the.
So in the prompt, you still need to connect kind of like which button with what function.
You can actually, I would say this is easier because then you're linking, I would say, each and every method to the, I would say, the button that you want, right? Otherwise, what happens is like it could actually integrate by itself as well. But I would say 20 or 30% of the time, it might link something to something else that it might think would work better, right? And I think because I don't think it's able to figure out the UX part that well, but
Mm.
it's super easy. Like it's if you want, let's say, uh, like in this case, right? I just know that whenever someone clicks on create proposal button, it will just use the values from the input box and use that to send that to like use that in the transaction and
Mm.
send it to the blockchain so that it can get added to the smart contract.
So it's just like if you this is the better prompt than just saying connect the smart contract to the front end. Maybe it would work, but you're not sure, so it's better
No,
to connect.
even that will work. Even that will work.
Okay.
So it's just that like I just want to add that transaction to that button. So I think it's better to be more detailed. Earlier, as you said, right, I used to I would say prompt like that. But I think the more details you give to the AI, I think that it's way better. Like it's much easier for it to understand. And it's not that I have given it a pretty detailed or technical detail, right? It's just a basic detail that you could give to the AI, and
It's
it will work a bit better.
it's amazing. Yeah, because right now you can just link the two. Super, super simple. That's so cool.
I think I'll have to check my internet. It's pretty slow, so but yeah, it's writing. Cool. Let's just go here. Yep, we just need to fix this. And guys, it's normal if you see any errors. I think if you're a developer, you would understand that whenever you write a code, you always get some errors initially, right? When you try to run it. So it's pretty common. You just have to click on fix it there and it will fix it for you. Now let's just go to, I'll just use proposal one. And let's just click on proposal. Cool, it just created a transaction. I just signed it. I'll just go on Explorer to show you guys. 1 second.
Can I ask you a question? How many credits does it take to like for one prompt? Like
Okay, it's close to, I would say, when you're building something, 200 to 500K. Okay, I think I stopped sharing my screen once again. I was on Explorer, so Explorer wasn't working. Give me 1 second. So this is the address I used.
no?
So guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
Explorer.
Yes.
So I just sent this transaction 31 seconds ago from my MetaMask wallet. I'm not sure if you can see my MetaMask, but I just opened it. But yeah, so we could actually just see the transaction went to this address, the one that we deployed a while ago. And you could even check the logs here. Proposal one, I think it should be this one. So it's not verified. So like, yeah, but yeah, you can see it here.
Can you verify the smart contract through Noah AI?
We're actually adding that feature, but I think there's another cool feature that we're adding after this, which is basically so let's say even to fetch all of these events, right? You need a subgraph. So this part is almost done. We launched this in a few days. So basically, whatever smart contract that you create, you don't need basically a backend to store all of those events. The subgraph will be automatically deployed for your smart contract, and then you could use that in the UI. The UI will like the Noah will be able to figure out how to use that in the UI, so you could actually show all of these different events, or let's say if those are trades or something else, you could actually show them as well.
Okay. What are you using for the index? Are you using third web or the graph or what?
I'll have to check with my team about that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's graph protocol, but I think it was something else. I
Okay,
forgot the name.
yeah. So
Yeah.
third web also has a good index
Oh,
on
okay.
very like scalable and cheap and
Awesome.
economic. And nice. So how do people find out about all of those updates? Best to follow Noah AI on Twitter. We can also make sure to post all of the updates in the Proof of Ship Telegram group, just so you can test out as soon as there's like an update.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so they can actually follow us on Twitter, and there's a doc section on the web app as well. So you can actually go there and even learn how to build a complete application. So we've explained it step by step, how you can build smart contracts or front end and how you can link them together. So it's pretty easy. And like I showed you, like you were able to build a complete app. So within I think a few minutes, I hardly spent any time on prompts or anything. But I think anyone who wants to build a application, a new application, right? Or he wants to turn his idea into an application, I think that person would spend much more time on the UI as well. So you could actually ask it to change the UI. Like Syed said, you could actually share a few screenshots as well, so that it builds much better UI for you. And yeah, I think in the smart contract as well, you could actually make a lot more changes, like depending on how you want it to work.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. If somebody in the audience has some questions, feel free to drop them in now. You have the experts right here to answer all of your questions. I'm wondering if I have any questions, but it was so straightforward and very smooth, so I'm not sure. What are ideas that you're interested in seeing? Like, what do you feel do you have any specific ideas that you would love to see people executing, or how are you going to judge projects that you see and how they use Noah AI, and what is important for you for projects that submit?
I would say like I would like to see more DeFi related projects, or let's say even something related to prediction markets, which is quite trending right now. And you can
Yeah.
also like I think we tried building something. We did a live session a while ago, and we built a whole meme coin launchpad. So it's totally up to the users, but I think the more creative they are, the better, right? They can even use existing products and build a fork of them, right? For example, let's say if they want to build a fork of, let's say, a DEX, right, which rewards say token holders, I think that would be really cool. Or they could actually build something similar to Fluid as well, the new lending market, right? So they could actually maybe figure out. And yeah, like guys, if you want to build something really cool, you could actually go to ChatGPT, so you don't waste prompts on Noah. You could actually go to ChatGPT, ask it to do some research, figure out what is trending. Then once you have an idea, just give that prompt to Noah, and it will build the application for you.
We will also have a whole list in our GitHub. It's also tagged on the Notion page. Somebody asked for that. I will put the link to the Notion page where you find all of the information about proof of ship, and also link to all of the ideas will be under this live stream, so you can just like look it up. But we have a whole list of ideas that Viral from my team, he went through a lot of Y Combinator and like a lot of top applications that are right now being funded and successful, and checked them if they are fit for the Celo ecosystem, and changed also like the direction a little bit. So if you don't have an idea yet, make sure to check that out. We also have, I think, a prediction market there should be in that list. And yeah, definitely, I think we love seeing some DeFi apps that fit also to the Celo ecosystem specifically. Another question that came here was, can we also integrate the self protocol via Noah AI? And probably we can broaden that question. How do people best integrate other Web3 libraries that are not yet integrated with Noah AI?
I would say for front end, you could actually just ask it to integrate that, and it will just download that package and use it.
Okay, so you provide like, would I just provide the links to the docs of self protocol? It's like the identity layer on Celo for like CK.
So it won't be able to use the links because it can't search the internet for now. So what you can do is maybe use a small example, right, and ask it to integrate that. But you can just check. I think it should be trained on most of the libraries. I'll have to check if it's trained on self. But yeah, like you could actually use it and see if that works. Otherwise, you can just share a small snippet from the, I would say, package or library, and it will just use that code.
So I just use the quick start page. That would be
Yep.
the best. And then also, when you deploy it with Noah AI, can I also, do I connect it with my GitHub repository and then you automatically create the whole repository on GitHub? How does it work? Do I have to download it and upload it on GitHub? Is it natively integrated? How does that work?
So you can download the code. We haven't added GitHub as of now. We'll add it later. But yeah, like your code is stored there, so you could actually use it. And for the smart contracts are deployed from your MetaMask wallet. So like you can find all the details there. And same for the smart contract, you can just download the code and push it on GitHub.
Yeah. Can you show the architecture now that you added the smart contracts, like just of the repository that you build right now? How does it look like when it's done with the front end and the smart contract?
Sure. One second. So I think it created a new SDK file, TS file here, and it has
The
the
stage.
details.
Okay.
The
Can you,
smart
sorry,
contract
can
here.
you scroll, zoom in a little bit?
Sure. This one or like
The
you
whole coding section.
okay. For this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, can you close the arc? It's close it a bit. So like this is just my front end. Where can I find the smart contracts?
The smart
File?
contract, that's in a different project, but you could also see the smart contract file here.
You
And
have
then
the smart contract file here, and that's the contract address. Okay. Yeah,
and if
because
you
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
we obviously, like, if you submit a project for proof of ship, we need to see also your code for the smart contract, right?
Got it.
Like,
So you just go here,
yeah.
click on smart contract, and you can find the code here. The
Okay.
test file and the solidity file.
Okay, nice. Can you go back to the overview, just like, because I think I have another question. So if you scroll down, I can see here my different projects. Can we stay at the overview page for a second? So I have my two projects here, right? The DAO voting platform and the Celo governance system. One is the web app and one is the smart contract. So I started both of them with different prompts, and then I can link those projects, or how does it
Yes.
work? How,
So
basically the AI is aware of all of the projects that I built before, or how does it work?
yeah, so what you can do is like you can build the front end first, then you can build a smart contract. Once you've deployed the smart contract, Noah will store the addresses for the smart contract, and then like I showed you. So once you go to the web app, right? We have added this button, the settings button. You just
Yeah.
need to go to contract integration. You'll see the deployed smart contract here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just select the smart contract. It will find the deployments if you've deployed any.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just add it. So the prompt that I used, I had to select it first, and then I added this prompt, which is basically to integrate the smart contract in the web app.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, so like if I want to like add a functionality to my smart contract, I would go back in the project,
Yep, in the
do
front end app. Yeah.
it, deploy it, and then go into my web app again and choose the new deployment. Okay. Okay. Nice. So simple. That's amazing. I love it.
We're also simplifying the UX a bit. So I think for them, like as a developer, you would know, right? So like you need to build the smart contract and the front end, and you just need to use call the methods for that particular smart contract. I would say in the web app, right? That's it. So in the new, I would say UI, you'll be creating a project which will have the web app and the smart contract tab, right? So you don't have to go back and then select a smart contract. You'll
Yeah.
be able to integrate, like you'll be able to build the smart contract from there and also integrate it right away into the front end application that you built.
When you talk about the new UI, is that something that is coming this month, or there's like
Yeah, I think it should be ready by the end of this month. Yeah.
okay, nice. So, but I mean, so far that's fine. And then just for everybody who's building with Noah AI, I would suggest to like, if you download the code, still put everything in the same repository. One code block in the front end, and the other code block in your smart contract folder or contracts folder.
I think we
Um,
can also use this, right? So just give me one second. Okay. So this also has the smart contract. So
it
if you
has
go to the contracts folder,
it
yeah,
actually does have, right? Yeah, so actually you just need to download your web app because it already took all of the information.
hmm.
That'll be fine. Yeah, nice. And always mention that smart. You need to link that smart contract address and your GitHub repo also in your submission. Nice, cool. I think that's all. We have another question. How can I use Noah AI to integrate Celo blockchain on my already existing app? The question would be Lighthouse Layer 2 if your app is already on Celo, or if you just want to use. I think there's two questions here. Can I upload can I upload an existing repository into Noah AI at this point?
Not as of now. You can't actually upload a repo,
No.
but yeah, we're adding that feature. So the GitHub feature and this will be introduced together. So you'll be able to upload some files, and you can also, what you can do is you can upload the smart contracts and generate an audit report. So I forgot to show you that feature as well. So if you just go here, you can actually just click on audit report, and it will create an audit report for you.
Okay.
So it takes a minute or two because it generates, like it goes through the whole code, and then it I would say creates a whole PDF. So it takes a minute, but yeah,
Add that to your submission. In your
yeah,
submission,
yeah. You
you
could
can
actually.
be like, and I even got my auditing report, and um, but and then basically another question, just like to understand how far the functionalities go, because I know you're on Solana. Could I build a cross-chain app using Noah AI and be like, deploy this on Celo? Now, I know you need to write a different. You need to use Rust for Solana, but could I basically say have my front end, and then I have one smart contract on Celo, one on Solana, and then I tell it, okay, go multi-chain. Or how is that already possible?
Yeah, I think what you can do is, let's say, for example, for a lending protocol, right? You could build something on Celo, and
Yeah.
then you can build something on Solana,
Yeah.
and then you can integrate. Like we've already added SDK for dBridge. So what you could do is you could actually bridge Celo or like some tokens from Celo chain to
Yeah.
Solana and use it on, let's say the dApp that you built on Solana. So I would say, and you don't have to actually get into the technical details. You just need to explain how the like how you want the app to work, right? Let's say what all features a Solana program should have, and it will build exactly same. I would say we'll just call it a smart contract on Solana.
Okay. Nice.
And
So I could basically build an app that either like uses all of the DeFi protocols on Solana or all of the meme coins and stuff, and then use that on Celo and be like, I want users on Celo to like profit from Solana infra, and that's why I can already build.
yeah,
Uh,
so yeah, and just so what we've done is like it created a audit report, right? So you can just go to every section and figure out like what issues were there, and you can just copy it, ask it to fix it. But we've partnered with these audit firms like PeckShield, Hackins, OQ, Hashlog, and Quill Audits. So we've used a lot of their like audited smart contracts to basically train NoAI to audit the smart contracts. So like once you've raised some funds, you could actually go to these audit firms and get your smart contracts audited by them. If you use our referral, so you'll get a really good discount as well.
Amazing. I think that's great for some of the apps who are more mature. Um, I think there's like one other question that we can answer. What about when I want to add off-chain APIs like FX rates or even chain link oracles? I think we answered it earlier a little bit, but can you just repeat for everybody who joined?
Yeah, so for off-chain APIs, I think that would be different. Like if you're using a different package, then it's different. You can just share the code with it, and it will like a code snippet, and it will use that in your application. And for oracles, you just need to share which oracle you want to use, right? And maybe the oracle address. So and that's it. It can basically integrate that.
Yeah. Amazing. And then somebody asked, I'm new to coding, learning Python. Can I try this? Hi, clips for you. Yes, you just joined, but like just to summarize, the whole workshop is about how to build Web3 applications without any coding experience. So this is exactly for you. Just make sure to watch the whole video. Um, yeah, nice. I think that were all my questions. And I think we answered all of the questions that were in the chat. So let me just share my screen for like one more time. Scan this QR code. You will find, you will get the link where you can sign up. You will get a whole email with all of the explanation about all of the different tracks, where to find all of the information and how to submit your project. And then that's, yeah. We will also, make sure to follow us on Twitter for any updates. Make sure to follow Noah AI for any updates around their toolings. And then, just make sure if you have any questions, reach out in our Builder Telegram group regarding proof of ship. We will have mentors in the group, and we well, I'm sure Spash and Sayush will also be in the Telegram group. So if you have any questions about Noah AI, you can just reach out directly. And then, I think overall this was great. I think we will have. I'm very excited to see all of the projects. We had a lot of interest. I think this is one of the highest viewer rates we had, so that was very exciting. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you everybody for joining today. And Lighthouse Layer 2, you can export your smart contract code out of Noah AI. You can just download all of the code and upload that to GitHub. You need to do that for your submission. And just watch the video because we just showed how to do that. So so if you have any more questions, comment on this live stream, reach out in the Telegram group, and make sure to build something cool. Very excited, and thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Lena.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye
Bye.
bye.